Hi, I'm Brooke. I'm a first-generation Yukon homesteader living in the Yukon territory, and we're going to do a garden tour today. Now, to be honest, this video is not going to be super fancy. It's going to be pretty straight to the point and not the greatest quality, but stay tuned because my goal is to make some really great quality videos about our life here on our homestead in the Yukon territory. If you don't know where that is, we're way up north in Canada, and we're learning as we go, so stay tuned for more videos. It is a beautiful fall day out today, and I have been putting off this video for far too long, and we're at the end of our season here in the Yukon territory, so we're gonna do a garden tour today. But first off, we're gonna do some chicken chores. All right, chicken chores are done. Let's head to the greenhouse. So we actually have two greenhouses here on the homestead. We have this guy in the back, and then we also have this guy. So we have a lot of growing room in greenhouses. Unfortunately, we don't have any growing outside space yet, but that will be changing next year. We will be getting beds. But as far as greenhouses, we are set on that. So that's been really great. We also just put in some fruits this year. So we have some raspberries all along this side of the greenhouse. And then on this side of the greenhouse, we also have some rhubarb. So we have rhubarb all on this side, and we have raspberries all on the other side of this greenhouse. I did not harvest anything off the rhubarb this year. I just really wanted to let it get settled in and not have any shock. The raspberries, though, we did harvest some. There's actually quite a bit of berries on them, which was really great. So super excited about that, and hopefully next year is even better.
Holy cow.
Look at that broccoli.
Oh.
Put your hand on there. See the difference. Look at that. It's humongous. Still got some flowers on our peas. You want to pea, Harp? We're in the greenhouse now. If you don't know, we live in the Yukon territory, so our growing season really is not that long, but during our growing season, we get lots of light. Like, we almost get 24 hours of light during the summer months. So the growing seasons are short, but you do get a lot of light during those times. So you can still grow quite a bit of food. We are at the end of our growing season right now. We do have a wood stove that we could utilize, but we aren't going to be doing that this year just because we did get a really late start this year anyways. And so there's not really any point in wasting wood, in my opinion, and trying to extend it when it's not really extended that long. But next year, hopefully we will be using that. As far as stuff that's still going, our beets are still going, our carrots are still going, our broccoli is still going, peas are still going. Tomatoes are, I don't think they're going to do much more, so I'm going to be picking those probably today or tomorrow and putting those inside to ripen. Our one calendula on this side is actually doing still okay, and then our cabbage I'm going to feel and just see how that's going. We only have one cabbage this year, so that will be turned into sauerkraut, which I'm super excited about. But besides that, stuff is definitely slowing down. Our cucumbers, I honestly let go too big. We got married this year, so a lot of stuff was kind of just postponed and neglected a little bit. But overall, that's kind of part of growing. Honestly, that feels pretty good. You want a nice firm head. You don't want anything that's super squishy. It has a little bit more that it could probably do, but I'll probably pick this guy within the next day or so. God.
Beetles.
You got a tomato? Here, I'll clean it. There.
Leo.
Take off the green part. Taste it. How is it?
I see.
Juicy? Yum. Can you show me close up? Oh. Our broccoli actually did pretty well this year. I was actually pretty surprised because, again, it got a really late start. And I wasn't too sure because it was very behind. Then over here, we got some carrots. They also did fairly okay this year. Definitely not as good as they can, but also they're in a greenhouse. So you know what? We'll take what we can get. But we got some miniature versions here, and then we got a couple big Actually, this is the first one I picked like this, but this is an interesting carrot. Next to the carrots, we got our sugar snap peas, which did all right this year, but again, really late start, so they definitely have a lot more they could give, but unfortunately our season is coming to an end, so we probably won't get that much more. Still delicious. Our zucchinis unfortunately did not do that good this year. I'm guessing I just had them too close together and the aeration and was just not that great. So they molded quite easily, which was unfortunate, but again, learning as I go. So next year I will just space them out a little bit more. I got my tomato forest here behind me. These guys did not do that great this year. I also just did not really take on as much as I should have, in a sense of I probably should have de-leafed them a little bit more to get that air in between them better, and also probably cut them back a little bit earlier. We got some herbs over here that did actually pretty well. I have some sage that I can still harvest from, my thyme, a little bit of rosemary, and then our peppermint is still going wild, so I will be harvesting a lot of that to make some peppermint tea and goodies. And then behind here we got some green beans. Got the cucumbers here. These guys did okay this year. Honestly, I think a lot of it was just, again, late start, and I also did not pick them when I should have. I believe these variety were more of a pickling, smaller cucumber, but I did let them go a little bit, so I'm guessing they're going to be quite bitter at this point, but we will see what we can do with them. Got those inside. All right, behind me here, we got our different variety of beets. These guys actually did all right. I did not thin them as much as I wanted to, but they actually grew in pretty good. So we will get these harvested in the next little bit here, and we'll be making some different sauerkraut with it, and also probably some pickled beets and some frozen beets. The chickens are going to be happy. So I have a lot of unripe tomatoes. They're green, like this guy here. Not a lot of them are red, unfortunately. But I've heard if they are shiny, you can take them inside and they will ripen. If they are super dull, they most likely won't. But a lot of mine have a little bit of a shine to them, so hoping for the best. All right, it's getting warm in here, so we took off some layers, but we are getting lots of tomatoes. There's a lot more in there. They blend in pretty good in the green. A little bit more on what you can expect on our account. I'm not a frilly type of person. It's not going to be super fancy, but it will be real. We'll share the ups and the downs, like I said, of our Yukon homesteading adventure. And we have a lot of plans for a future. Right now, like I said, we're smaller. We have a couple greenhouses. We got chickens. We're planning on getting more animals, expanding the greenhouse growth stuff, growing more food, and trying to just be as self-sufficient as we can, but also including our community as much as we can. So, yeah.